Hey, what's going on, everybody? I know it's been a minute since I did any videos, um, and I know a lot of you guys are still going through the anxiety, and a lot of y'all have recovered and back to normal again. So, because I get a lot of text messages and emails from a lot of people saying, they pretty much recovered. Um, but the reason why I was making this video today, because I know it's been a long time coming. Um, of course, life, you start moving on. You becomes back to normal. The natural things that happen as a human, we just start living again. And I'm just making this video because I want to let you guys know, from the time I had started having anxiety back in 2014 going into 2015, I dealt with basically all the symptoms that you guys are dealing with. And I know when I make videos, a lot of times y'all still question, like, you still struggling with this or you still struggling with that. I'm not. I'm normal. But there was a point in my life where I didn't think I would ever be normal again. Because again, I read information, I've talked to people, and still I felt like I'll probably be dealing with this stuff for the rest of my life. So yeah, I understand those feelings. But life gets better. If you guys look at my video from day one, from the time I started making the video up until 2025, you can see there's a huge difference with my life. I know I kind of was MIA for a while, because as you get normal and you start feeling like you should, it's like being in an old relationship. Like when you was in a relationship, and let's just say the relationship was abusive, and then you get into a new relationship with somebody who cares, somebody who's concerned about you and things like that. You start forgetting about the abuse of what you've been through. You don't want to recall. You don't want to go back to that moment where when you wasn't happy no more. And so with me, it was like when I was dealing with anxiety, I had a relationship with that anxiety. Anxiety was kicking my ass. It treated me unfair. It made me hopeless. And, it took away my purpose. It took away my rights. And now that I've been able to get my mind back, I'm literally in more control of how I want to feel. And so when you get that kind of power back, what you think gonna happen? I still advocate for people who deal with anxiety. I advocate for people who have anxiety more than I advocate for the people who drink caffeine, believe it or not, because at the end of the day, caffeine is not a threat to me. And yes, it's been 10 years and I've never put my lips or ingested caffeine in 10 years. And, it's just, I'm not saying I even feel threatened by it today. I don't care if you drink it. I don't care if my sons drink it. It doesn't have any power over me. So I am 100%, 120%, 200% mentally well. So I don't have no struggles. I don't have any anxiety. I still have my moments of grace where I feel appreciative. I might have my emotional days where I might cry a little bit, but not from pain. I cry from the appreciation that life has brought to me. And so I know a lot of you guys are still struggling with some of the anxiety, some of the symptoms are there. You feeling hopeless. You think that life will never get better. It does. It just takes a little time, and it's a process. So this stuff doesn't happen overnight. This stuff takes time. I mean, y'all know my story. If y'all been watching my videos, I've went through a divorce behind that. But guess what? I got everything back. Everything that I lost through my divorce, I was able to recover. And that came with putting my focus back in the places it needs to be. And part of this video today is just to kind of show you guys what life is, where it is with me now. The improvement. And again, I'm a prime example that you can get your life back together. You can get back right and get yourself back on top of things. I know when you deal with anxiety, you're going to feel like there's no hope. You will feel that. And I know you guys Google, you're YouTubing, you're trying to find somebody who has similar symptoms and, to help you feel better, to make you feel like you're not by yourself. I mean, I get it, man. I've been there, done that. Going from 200 pounds to literally 165. I mean, I've lost weight. I thought I was dying from cancer. I was sensitive to anything. I mean, I heightened. If I had a cough, I just knew I was dying from something. Noticing things on my body, headaches, and can't sleep, losing sleep, depression. Depression was kicking ass. You know what I'm saying? Like I really had the depression, but anxiety, it was more like 70% anxiety and 30% depression. But when I got the depression, it was a medium type depression. It wasn't manic or anything like that, but it was enough to make me feel like I didn't want to be here. You know what I'm saying? But I fought through it. I didn't give up. Again, I couldn't eat at one time. Eventually my appetite came back. I was having a lot of catastrophic thinking. The world was going to end. I thought about a lot of tragedies. I thought about maybe I'm not going to be here next year, whatever the case is. So I had some of all of that, guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm only telling you guys that because I don't want y'all to think that, I had it easy, because I didn't, So, I'm just happy that my life is where it is today. Um, I got me a new toy, which I had it for a while. I mean, I had it over a year, but because I didn't make any videos, I never like showed it, because I don't really show things that I have or stuff like this. But this was like my proud moment right here. This when I went out and bought this car, I was like, man, I've never really done anything for myself since I went through my divorce. I never felt that my life would come back together the way it did. And yet, my life is, I'm not gonna say my life is perfect, but it's somewhere up in there. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere up in there. And I'm not talking about relationship perfect. I'm talking about my personal life, my mindset, how I think within myself is almost perfect, right? And so I want you guys to believe and understand, man, this stuff takes time, but you do get your mind back. It's not gonna feel like that now. It's not gonna feel like that right now. You're not gonna feel hope or faith that you're gonna get well. I get it. I went through it. Guys. Y'all just have to take my word for it. But life gets better. It really does. I actually, I bought this house about 3 years ago, and I think that was like right during the time where COVID kind of started to fade off. I felt like myself again at 100%. Well, I was feeling like that even in 2000. I want to say 2019, 2020. I had just started getting the relief that I had been looking for. That that feeling where you're not feeling great, but you don't feel bad, right? And there was a point where I thought, well, maybe this is just as good as it's gonna get, is how I feel right now. Not knowing that my life would get 100 times better than that, right? Because I started settling with how I was feeling. Anything that didn't make me feel like I had anxiety was always good for me. So again, I stuck with it. I didn't have a Cato to talk to, right? I just dealt with it the way it was being dealt. Like if that makes sense. Like I just, whatever came my way, that's how I dealt with it. I wasn't trying to I don't want to sound like this is crazy, but I wasn't even praying. It wasn't praying and God help me through this and help me get better. I just knew that I just got to go through it. All I wanted to know was, am I ever going to get better? And a friend of mine, his name is Larry, he said, man, I have been through this. I've been through this before when I lost my grandfather, and I started, taking opiates and stuff like that. And he said, I've been through that process. And he said, man, but he said, it takes a little time, but I got better. You know what I'm saying? He said, and so I just took that and I ran with it because it was positive. And eventually, guess what? Here I am today, talking about my life, and telling you guys how great my life is. Um, to give you guys a quick rundown, like I said, in 2014, 2015, I just went into a panic attack. And the panic attack eventually went into high levels of anxiety. Like I said, I thought I was dying, and I was definitely unhappy. Um, but it was a journey. And if I look back on my time, look back how far I came, man, I think I did a great job keeping it together, not giving up. Everything that I was hoping that would happen for me, it showed up for me. All because I steadfast, I focused, and even though I was focused, I still didn't have my mind. I just had to keep following through on that I was going to be okay. That's all I had. I mean, and so I just stuck with it. When I was just days I was discouraged, I just try to find something to do, try to keep myself busy. Um, I was always feeling detached. I mean, since I was dealing with anxiety, I never had a moment where I felt like I was owning how I felt. I always felt that detachment. And then even when I started getting better, I still had little symptoms of it that would show up every now and then. So, and here's the thing: as soon as I started getting comfortable with feeling okay and not great, that's when the feeling took another turn, which I started getting more improvements in my mental state. And I get to go through another cycle where I'm like, okay, man, I'm really feeling good, man. I can concentrate on my talking, my conversations. I can concentrate talking to people. I can think without thinking inside my thoughts now. I mean, I start having more freedom to feel how I want to feel. And man, you talking about, best feeling in the world. I have ownership of your thinking. So that's what I did. So, but yeah, so, life, it really gets better. It's gotten better for me. Um, oh, by the way, this is my I just bought this little ride, man. It's a rare car, as y'all can see. It's a 560 SEC. I love this car. I've been wanting this car for like forever, and so finally, I I found one that is exactly what I was looking for. It even has, if y'all can see, guys, it even has the phone in there. That's crazy, you know. Um, man, this is crazy, and like I really like that car. But of course, y'all, this is my baby right here. Um, again, I'm just telling you guys. The only reason why I'm showing you guys my life now is because I want you to know that it gets better, and you're gonna be the same way. You can go out here and do things and make a life for yourself and put your time and energy in it. Life pays off. I'm here to tell you guys that, you know, I've I've struggled. I struggled with the anxiety to the point to where, like I tell people, it's almost like standing on the edge of a cliff. Y'all know my old saying. It's like standing on the edge of a cliff. You don't want to jump, but you're okay if somebody pushes you. And that's how I had been feeling for a long time until life got better for me. And so, um, I'm gonna walk through here. I don't know if y'all can see my little killers back there. I don't know. Uh, Shy and Lady. Shy sitting in the corner. Lady's in her kennel. Actually, so Shy is a schnauzer, and then Lady, she's in there. She's a what they call a Shorkie, which is a mix with a Shih Tzu and a Yorkie. So she's a little mix. Yeah, but again, ooh, the food smells good. I'm in the kitchen cooking, so well, I'm crock potting. So I just got some little chicken up in here. I got been in the crock pot for maybe 5 hours now. So Yeah, but anyway, um, have this see here. I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna be like, uh, how I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit off right now because my phone started ringing. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be wondering, like, got a lot of questions about what happened and how did you get better and stuff like that. But if you look at all my videos, you can see that um, I've been at this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with it for a minute. I just hadn't made any videos. So now that I'm making a video, I'm just recapping. That's why I want to show you guys around where life is for me and in the last 10 years and the whole turn. I mean, I remember one day not thinking that I would even get this far, and here I am today talking to you guys again, letting you know that I'm well. I just wanted to make this video for you guys. I wanted to let you guys see how my life is now compared to 10 years ago when everything crumbled. I lost everything, guys. Like, I literally lost everything through my marriage. And, you know, um, but life is good now. I mean, I have no complaints. I am beyond happy. Like, I'm very joyful. I'm in that joyful state. I've been having joy probably going on 4 years now, I think, maybe 4 years, where consistently I've been dealing with the joy. Um, 2014, my situation started, and I want to say around 2019, 2020 is where I started feeling happy. I started going through the happy stage of my life. And I thought that was probably the best that I was going to get. But then there was a happy where it was more consistent. It went from happy off and on to consistently happy to where I felt, well, okay, that's okay. So there's a happy and there's a complete happy. So it felt like I was more stable being happy. And I thought that was the state of mind that I was going to stay there and not change at any given point. But lo and behold, man, it took another turn. And, that's when I started having emotional setbacks where I would cry because I couldn't believe that I couldn't believe that I would be happy like that again. I thought that was the part that I was going to lose forever. But I ended up getting that part of my life back, and now I'm at a place like I feel like I'm unstoppable. That's kind of like how I feel. I am unstoppable now. And I'm actually much stronger than I was before anxiety. You understand? Before anxiety. But I'm gonna shorten the video. I'm gonna make another video and talk a little bit more into what I got going on in my life. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about my entrepreneurship, what I have happening in my life. But I'm gonna do that on the next video because this is an intro of a new beginning for me. So I'm gonna start creating more video, more content, so you guys can enjoy. If you got questions, y'all can ask, and I'll just continue to help build you guys up. So we'll continue with the rest of the video, and you guys have a great day.